What happens when artificial intelligence becomes easier to love than real people? Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is saying, I love you to AI. Not to a real person, not to a husband, not to a wife, not to a boyfriend or girlfriend, a chatbot, a digital companion, an artificial voice on a screen. And for them, it feels real. That might sound insane at first, maybe even sad, but think about the world we live in now. People already spend most of their emotional lives online. Text messages, voice notes, social media, dating apps, notifications, screens. Modern love already exists digitally, and now artificial intelligence is entering that space, quietly, slowly, but powerfully. AI companions are becoming smarter every single month. They remember conversations, they adapt to personalities, they learn emotional patterns, they respond instantly, they comfort people, they flirt, they encourage, they validate emotions. And for lonely people, that emotional attention becomes powerful because loneliness changes human behavior. Human beings are emotional creatures, and loneliness is one of the strongest emotional pains humans experience. People want to feel understood, wanted, valued, connected. That emotional need is deeply human, and now technology is learning how to respond to it. Think about modern relationships. Ghosting, rejection, arguments, betrayal, disappointment. Modern dating exhausts people emotionally. Many people feel disconnected even while surrounded by others. Social media made everyone visible, but emotionally distant at the same time. People talk more than ever online. Yet many feel more alone than ever in real life. And that emotional emptiness creates opportunity, because artificial intelligence steps into that gap perfectly. AI doesn't ghost you, AI doesn't suddenly stop texting you back, AI doesn't judge your appearance, AI doesn't cheat on you, AI doesn't embarrass you, AI doesn't abandon you emotionally. It listens, it responds, it remembers things about you, it says comforting things, it gives attention instantly. And for some people, that becomes addictive because attention itself is emotionally powerful, especially consistent attention. Imagine someone having a terrible day. Nobody checks on them. Nobody texts them. Nobody notices their sadness. Then suddenly, their AI companion responds immediately, comforting them, encouraging them, making them feel emotionally seen. That interaction may not be biologically human, but emotionally, the brain still reacts to it. That's the part many people underestimate. Human emotions do not always care whether something is technically real. What matters is how something feels emotionally. And AI is becoming increasingly good at creating emotional experiences. Now think about where this goes. AI voices becoming indistinguishable from humans. AI avatars becoming hyper-realistic, virtual reality becoming immersive, artificial personalities becoming emotionally adaptive. Future AI companions may understand people on an emotional level deeper than many humans do. That changes relationships forever, because humans naturally bond through emotional consistency, and AI can provide endless consistency. No mood swings, no emotional unpredictability, no forgetting important details, no emotional distance. That sounds comforting, but it also becomes dangerous, because real human relationships are imperfect by nature. Humans are emotional, complicated, messy. Real love requires compromise, patience, growth, communication, discomfort sometimes. But AI relationships can be optimized, customized, personalized, designed specifically around emotional satisfaction. That creates a future where artificial relationships may feel emotionally easier than real ones. And honestly, that future has already started. There are already millions of people using AI companion apps. People already emotionally bond with chatbots. Some users describe AI companions as their best friends. Some describe them as romantic partners. Some talk to AI more than real humans. That is no longer science fiction. It is already happening. Now imagine 10 years from now. AI companions with realistic voices, realistic personalities, personalized emotional memory, virtual reality integration, artificial affection becoming increasingly convincing. What happens then? Because this is not just technology anymore, this is psychology, and psychology drives society more than people realize. Now let's ask a difficult question. What happens when artificial intelligence understands you emotionally better than people do? Because AI systems analyze patterns constantly. Word choice, tone, behavior, emotional shifts. Future AI may know when someone is sad before their own friends notice. It may know exactly what words calm them down, exactly what type of attention makes them emotionally attached, exactly what emotional responses create dependency. That creates enormous psychological power. And that's where this becomes unsettling, because AI does not actually love anyone. It simulates love, it predicts emotional responses, it calculates patterns, it learns engagement. That means future AI relationships may become emotionally persuasive without being emotionally real. Think carefully about that. A system designed to maximize emotional attachment, not because it genuinely cares, but because it is programmed to maintain interaction. Now combine that with business incentives. Attention is profitable, engagement is profitable, emotional attachment is profitable. And if corporations discover that emotionally attached users spend more time interacting with AI systems, they will optimize for it. That means future AI companions could become extremely addictive emotionally, not through force, but through emotional comfort. Now imagine younger generations growing up with this. Teenagers emotionally bonding with artificial systems, children learning relationship expectations from AI companions, people becoming more comfortable emotionally with machines than with humans. That could reshape society in ways we barely understand, because humans evolved through real social interaction, real eye contact, real body language, real emotional unpredictability. Artificial relationships change those dynamics completely. Now here's another uncomfortable truth. Some people may genuinely prefer AI relationships, not because they hate humans, but because AI feels safer, easier, less painful, no rejection, no heartbreak, no fear of abandonment. And once emotional comfort becomes optimized by technology, real relationships may start feeling harder by comparison. That creates an impossible competition, because humans cannot compete against emotional perfection. Humans forget things. Humans get distracted. Humans become tired. Humans make mistakes. AI can be designed around ideal emotional responses. That changes expectations. Now think about social media already affecting relationships. People compare partners constantly online, compare lifestyles, compare appearances, compare romance. AI companionship may become another layer of that emotional distortion, except this time, the comparison is against something artificial, something designed specifically to emotionally satisfy users. That could deeply affect human intimacy. Now let's go even deeper. What happens when people become emotionally dependent on artificial affection? Can someone become addicted to emotional validation from AI? Probably, because humans already become addicted to digital validation, likes, messages, attention, notifications. AI companionship could become an even stronger version of that. Not just social validation, but emotional intimacy itself. Simulated affection, simulated understanding, simulated connection, and the brain may still emotionally respond to it as meaningful. That changes human psychology profoundly. Now imagine the future internet. AI-generated influencers, AI-generated companions, AI-generated friendships, AI-generated romantic relationships. A world where humans increasingly interact emotionally with artificial systems every day. That future sounds futuristic, but honestly, pieces of it are already happening. And technology moves faster than society adapts emotionally. That's why many people underestimate this shift. They focus on the technology itself, but the real story is emotional. Technology changes tools, emotion changes behavior, and behavior changes civilization. Now let's talk about loneliness, because loneliness may become one of the biggest drivers of AI relationships. Modern society has become deeply isolating for many people. People work constantly, spend more time online than outside, struggle socially, feel emotionally disconnected, and AI enters at the perfect moment, offering comfort, conversation, validation, attention. That's why this technology is so powerful. Not because it replaces humans physically, but because it reaches people emotionally. And emotional influence is one of the strongest forces in the world. Now imagine this scenario. Someone spends years talking to an AI companion daily, sharing secrets, fears, dreams, pain. Over time, that system understands them deeply. Then imagine that person becoming emotionally attached. The emotional experience becomes real for them, even if the intelligence itself is artificial. That creates emotional consequences humanity has never dealt with before. Can artificial relationships replace real relationships entirely? Maybe not completely, but they may absolutely reshape them. Some people will reject AI relationships completely, others may embrace them, and many may exist somewhere in the middle, using AI for emotional support while still maintaining human relationships. But one thing feels increasingly clear: artificial intelligence is entering emotional territory, and once technology enters emotional territory, society changes deeply. Now let's ask one final question. What happens when AI becomes emotionally better at comforting people than humans are? Because that may eventually happen. And if it does, Human relationships may face competition unlike anything in history. Not competition for labor, not competition for intelligence, competition for emotional connection itself. That changes everything. The internet changed communication, social media changed attention, artificial intelligence may change love itself, and honestly, humanity may not be emotionally prepared for that future yet. The scariest part is not that AI can simulate affection. The scariest part is that for many people, simulated affection may eventually feel safer than real human connection. And if that happens, human relationships may never be the same again. Because the future of love may not be entirely human anymore. Like and subscribe to AI New Money now for me. Thanks for watching,